Okay. Good evening. My name is Josh Rich, and we are iEasyHub.com. And iEasyHub is an intuitive online hub for seniors to end social isolation once and for all. Imagine your grandmother. She's in her elder years and has been a widow for a while. Despite this, though, she's built her own support community through her neighbors and going to weekly dance classes. That was before COVID-19. Since COVID, she's lost all connection to this, as well as access to government assistance and her healthcare. There are many seniors in this situation, and they all face many problems. The two largest problems, though, are isolation and another. The first of these, isolation, is huge. In fact, according to Health and Human Services, Medicare spends an additional $6.7 billion every year on enrollees who are socially isolated. What's more is isolation won't go away anytime soon, as 90% of older people living alone want to maintain their independence. The other main issue is finding quality resources. There are so many resources out there that finding the best ones is extremely difficult. This is why we created iEasyHub.com. iEasyHub is for seniors over the age of 65 years old who have a basic knowledge of computers. With iEasyHub, you can find all of your resources in a fast and efficient manner, while also being able to chat with other seniors and set up your own personal customizable profile. I am very glad to demonstrate to you our well-developed prototype, iEasyHub.com. On this, you can find many resources, such as finding new ways to cook through Living Well, going to the Recipes tab, then finding quick and easy recipes. Or if users want to be more active, they can return home, go to the Community tab, go to Active Groups, and find resources such as the YMCA. Over here. iEasyHub is set to be a friendly and assisting way that seniors and users can use every day, specifically customizing their profile to include doctors or chats depending on what they need. The online senior industry is a $90 million market with the population of seniors growing every day and them using technology for their healthcare more and more, this market is rapidly growing. Our business model is 3 steps. The first being advertisements, which are relevant advertisements being placed on each of the subpages. We will then implement premium accounts, which have greater customization and connectivity features. Finally, we will secure big partnerships with companies such as CVS, Best Buy, and BBVA, where users can then use their products and services directly from our site. While other sites have multiple resources in one place, our site allows for the construction of communities through personalization and chatting with other seniors and other friends. We did user testing with over 20 seniors and had great feedback. What we found is over 90% of them felt motivated to join new interest groups and meet new people. With our team of professional and business advisors, UX designers, engineers, and healthcare experts, we are the perfect team to launch this startup. Our next step is to transform our prototype into a fully functional website, and we plan to increase our user study up to 100 persons. So what are we waiting for? Let's end social isolation once and for all. Thank you.
All right, so you have about 3:30 left for Q&A. Judges, you can start, and I'm going to pull up a timer so you guys know what the timing is. But you can start whenever you're ready.
David, go first. Looks like you can ask a question. I'll follow you.
Brian, go ahead. I'll go next.
Oh, okay. Awesome job. Quick question. So how are you curating these resources in this site? Like, how are you deciding what the elderly want in their EasyHub? Like,
so we we did some research reaching out to people we knew as well as friends and connections to find out what they needed and what they wanted most on their sites, whether it be news or weather updates, or if it's resources they need as connecting with their doctors or arranging appointments for themselves. Then we implemented them. That's why our next step is to expand our user study to find out exactly what seniors need, because needs differ with age.
And to add to that, like once we have the website would continually grow and adapt to the needs that the users are telling us they need.
Great, thank you. Brian, did that answer your question?
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
So I would like to hear a little bit more. It's building on Brian's question. What is the specific need? You said you you did a lot of interviews to understand what the need was before you designed iEasy Hub. What drives, you said what is the specific need that you're addressing if you had to articulate it very, very clearly? And if it's, and then I'm going to ask you a follow-on question after that.
So the need primarily is finding the resources out there to help people with whatever they need, whether it be their doctors or finding products or activities, being able to research to help deal with themselves and deal with the new life, as well as helping to combat social isolation, which is a major problem. So that's why we're trying to connect and build this whole community inside the site.
So are you addressing, I guess my question is, are you addressing the fact that it's hard for seniors to navigate all the resources that are available, or are you addressing loneliness? Because I think you're trying to do two things at once.
Mariana, do you want to get this?
So I think you got it right. Our slogan is kind of like having everything in one place. And so you would be correct that we would be trying to do both, but in one place, because you have to go to Google and then to multiple sites to find different types of resources, and then go to Facebook or your phone or Messenger or whatever to connect with your friends. So trying to make it easier they go to one site for everything.
Hey, so here's a question. As you get into this, actually, it's probably more of a comment. You might want to look at like the Silver Sneakers program that's offered through the government. Loneliness is a big issue, and there's different programs. Tell me why selling advertising and going that route is the better business model versus something that's more focused around the healthcare industry and the larger healthcare concerns that go with either social isolation or loneliness.
Well, to start, in order to build and grow the website, advertising is primarily just to be the initial form of making revenue. And so we plan to have relevant advertisement that's important and useful for seniors in the medical way or however what they personally need. And then once we have a sufficient way of making revenue, we plan to lessen the advertisements, switch to more premium models where there's people and the users can then pay for additional features. And then when we do set up to secure the partnerships, essentially we're mainstreaming users into their databases.
Thank you, Josh.
You did good. Good job. All right. Mother Mercy, you're up next. I think you should be able to share your screen now, and you can start whenever you're ready.
Let's see. All right, good evening. My name is Patrina Randolph, and this is a presentation for Mother Mercy, which is a service-based business. Mother Mercy is an innovative service-based company that caters to expecting and postpartum mothers. We are dedicated exclusively to making sure mothers' needs are taken care of. That way they can focus on themselves and their families. We offer a number of services that cater specifically to expectant moms and postpartum moms' needs. Postpartum depression is a serious medical condition that can develop in the first few months after childbirth. 1 in 8 women are affected by postpartum depression after the first months of childbirth. Mother Mercy is empowering women through franchising as well. So this business can be turned into a franchise. We offer a number of services that cater specifically to expectant moms and postpartum moms' needs. We have our Welcome Home package that provides a clean, serene, well-organized environment for a mother when she arrives home after being discharged from the hospital. The Welcome Home package may include meal preparation, laundry services, housekeeping, a welcome home banner like the ones you see currently people putting in the yards, a formal flower arrangement, a basic necessities basket, which includes nursing pads, lanolin cream, and the basic needs that a mother has after she has her baby. Temporary domestic services. Our temporary domestic services specialists can fulfill a number of assignments, including running errands, housekeeping, organizing, sibling sitting, laundry services, meal preparation, and nursery preparation as well. Also helping with nursing babies as well, nursing coaching. Pamper parties are baby showers designed to keep mothers in mind. A lot of the baby showers tend to just focus specifically on the baby, but we want to create a creative pamper party that focuses on the mother as well. So we provide everything that the mother needs, everything for the pamper shower, including favors, paper goods, food, custom cake as well. Our pamper parties are done in levels, ruby, emerald, and diamond based on people's income and their needs. These are some of our reviews from our temporary domestic services that we provided. Tamika Turner said that our services were awesome. She had the baby earlier than she expected, and she didn't have everything in place when she arrived home, but Mother Mercy came in and organized things for her and the baby, and she was able to rest. And she doesn't know what she would have done without the service. Sheena Johnson, thank you for picking up baby Ezekiel and me from the hospital and helping us get settled in. She didn't have to worry about having a clean home or food prepared. We took care of her needs. Angela Harris was our first customer. She had 2 children and a 3rd child that she just delivered. We were able to go into her home, provide excellent service for her. We cooked, cleaned, washed, and took care of her other children so that she could focus on herself and the new baby. These are some samples from our actual pamper parties that we've done. Even through COVID, we were able to adjust and do the events outside and provide the things that were needed for our events. And that is the end of my presentation.
Hey, Patrina.
Hi.
Great job. Thanks for the presentation. So it sounds like you're operating this business right now. Is that right?
I have been in operation before. Currently, I'm finishing up my degree in playwriting at the University of Houston as well. The last event that I did was in May. I actually have this business idea for several years and started it probably about a decade ago and did operate and just have focused more on my writing and stuff recently.
Well, thanks for sharing that. So you talked about postpartum and postpartum depression. I heard you describe something different, which is really about what I heard was just more about making things easy or doing things, that are focused on the parent who just had a child.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit more about what you've learned through what you were selling and then what you actually delivered and the feedback.
Okay.
Your business.
Okay. So what I have found is that one of the things with mothers, when they are, whether they're a new mother, whether they're a mother that already has children, new birth, having children is definitely an overwhelming experience, and society expects moms to just be naturally nurturing and be able to know what to do. And so some of the issue with the depression is being overwhelmed, not having a strong support system. So what I found is Angela being my first client, she had a husband in the household. She had 2 children, but her husband was not supportive. He was working at home, but he still was not helping her with the needs that she had. So we were able to come into the house, do some of the basic things that she needed done, sit with the kids just so that she could go do something as simple as take a bath. Us preparing meals and things like that just relieved her from having those extra burdens and issues so that she could focus on her well-being during that time. And so again, like Tamika, with her situation, having an early delivery, she was a single mother, no husband in the home at the time. And so we were able to come in, get things together for her. And again, she was able to focus on herself, her health, and the baby. With the baby shower portion of it, again, society tends to really focus more so on the baby and not making sure that the mother has the needs met. So what we also do as part of that is have a sign up for friends and family where they can purchase gift certificates for the mothers so that, you know, if they can't afford to, somebody else can help. Or there also is a sign up where people can sign up as family members to actually commit to do certain things for the moms, like coming in and doing laundry and things like that, which is a part of the Pamper Party portion of our business.
Trina, this is great. I'd love to hear a little bit more about how are you finding your customers, or how do your customers find you?
One of the things is word of mouth, is of course is one of the biggest ways, but I do have a Facebook page set up. I have not done much advertising. Like I said, I started this some years ago and just really kind of put it to the side because I have all of my research and everything for it. And I've also, you know, actually done it. So I put it to the side for an opportunity like this to be able to really work on it and expand, because I know that it has the ability to be a franchise, and I don't want to have to be solely committed to going into people's homes doing the work myself. You know, Mary Maids is a good example, but they are not focused on mothers, but that's a prototype for us to be able to follow as well.
I would also look at Mom Box, by the way, not Mom Box, but again, different but related. Bryant?
Yeah, and definitely. I mean, if you can get into partnerships with basically the baby shower registry services, right? And if you can basically sell packages and have friends and loved ones buy those pampering packages, I mean, that's gold right there. Because I think people would love to do that rather than, you know, buy them like a pillow that's embroidered or something. I guess kind of looking forward, I guess as a team and everything, you had mentioned Mohammed a little bit, so it sounds like a platform. How do you imagine sort of the team being able to staff? Can you guys still hear me?
You say, how do I expect people to be staffed for?
Yeah, because imagine you gave the example of a mother who gave birth early, and so it sort of seemed like an on-demand and kind of a almost 24/7 right on the clock thing. So how would you be able to sort of staff that up? You know, given X number of customers. Yeah.
I think that that's the beautiful thing about it, being able to provide job security for people and giving some job opportunities. One of the things I know that definitely will affect us is having to have other women that can relate. And a lot of women are looking for opportunities that are flexible for jobs. So we would definitely be looking for women to be our main employees for this job. As well as be able to, you know, have insurance and things like that to cover it.
Thank you, Patrina. Sorry, it took hard stop cutting off. Good job. Everyone did a wonderful job. Fresh One, you're next. You can go ahead and share. And sorry, this is taking a little longer than expected, which I hate to go over time, but I'm always ambitious with time too. So. All right, can you see that?
Yep.
We can see it.
Awesome. I'm Giselle. This is the Fresh One. So what we're covering, food waste in America. About 80 billion pounds of food is thrown away each year in the U.S., as well as it is 40% of the U.S. food supply is wasted each year. That's both within families and in restaurants. It's also the number one thing that is in landfills is food waste. We talked to a bunch of people. Most people grocery shop about once per week, maybe every 2 weeks. So these numbers are based off of 1 week. People spend between $80 and $100 per week on groceries. This is for younger, like 20 to 30s, maybe a kid. We have since realized that people with more kids in their family would be a much higher number. People often buy vegetables, perishables, meat, milk, eggs, but a lot of it gets wasted and thrown away because people overbuy or they just haven't had time to eat it. And there's lots of different ways to fix this. There's been Ziploc bags, vacuum sealing, a bunch of different like bees paper and stuff to help combat food waste. And the main reason people waste food is because it's out of sight and they don't notice that it's going bad. People waste about $15 to $20 worth of food each week, and it's a nice pie graph.
All right, so the best solution that's currently on the market for minimizing food waste is a product called Blue Apple. Essentially, they're an ethylene gas absorber. Ethylene gas is emitted by all fruits and vegetables to varying degrees, and it's the main activator that causes food to rot. And so with Blue Apple, it doesn't quite store very well. It's easy to roll off tables, and it kind of fits awkwardly in a shelf. It can be dangerous to open it in order to replace that filter. In order to open it, you have to press on the Blue Apple onto a hard surface to get the top to pop off, and that can cause injury. And lastly, you're never quite sure when to replace a filter. There's not a clear indicator as to when to replace that filter once it's used. The only way to check is to cut open the filter to look at the granules inside. Next, please. So our product is called the Fresh One. It is an ethylene gas absorber that is more user-friendly for family, and it's safer to use. The compact shape of the product fits neatly into any fridge drawer, and you can also set it onto any flat surface. It kills mold, bacteria, and fungi growing on the produce. The filters use promanganate to absorb ethylene gas more effectively than existing products. And as for promanganate, other products that we plan on using or testing out is activated carbon and silica gel, which can also absorb the ethylene gas. These filters are also long lasting. They can be used for 6 to 8 months, which is up to 3 times longer than our current competition. It's easy to tell when to replace that filter because it uses a dye-activated color gauge to let you know when to replace it. The filters also, if we're using promanganate, it can also be converted into manganese dioxide when it's used, which can be used as a fertilizer. And lastly, it's easy to open in order to replace the filter by using a twist cap.
Okay, so to reach our customer, a lot of our customers would be getting fresh produce all the time. So we would be doing booths at farmers markets, we'd be at Whole Foods, we'd be at Central Market. We would reach out to grocery stores to set up tables and raise awareness, and of course, display on social media for people who maybe do like HelloFresh, or they're just like looking up, local farmers markets. Our market statistics are about pretty much every household has a fridge. About 6 million people with the income that could afford what we're selling, who typically do have fresh vegetables. And it would save about $300 per month per family. That's it.
All right, so you have about 3:45 for questions. Every judges have questions?
Yeah, hey team, good job. This is an interesting problem. I'm curious, you mentioned that the food waste is the #1 problem at landfills. So how does this move the needle? And when you think about 80 billion out of 60 billion tons of food, or whatever the number is, why does extending the life, essentially, how does that move the needle in the bigger problem that y'all are trying to tackle?
So we have not looked that up, but I can tell you that most people end up losing around, it's between $300 and $600 worth of food per month or per year. It varies. And we could ideally either cut that by 1/3 or even up to 1/2, just because people wouldn't be throwing away as much rotten food because they would have more time to eat it if it was put in every household.
Yeah, and just curious then, when you think about a solution like this, without knowing necessarily the economics, but you looked at the benchmark of the Blue Apple, what does it tell you about what the economics, or how do you think about it from a standpoint of your business, of what they're doing and maybe what you see as a deficiency in their product versus the ability to have these longer lasting filters does that alter or change the scope of why people would buy the product? What you found, at least in your customer discovery?
I am pretty sure I understand your question, and I'm going to say that
Yeah, the question is, does it cost a lot more versus the Blue Apple? And if
No.
so, will people buy it? And do people understand why to buy it?
There would not be a big price change because it's not like we're adding batteries to it or anything. We're adding like a blue dye indicator to show you when it fills up, because in the Blue Apple, it does change color on the inside to tell you when to change it, but it just doesn't have a way of showing it on the outside. So it'd simply just be redesigning the outside. And we are using currently the same interior chemicals. Robert might be better at answering the rest of this.
Yeah, so when it comes to manufacturing the product, it's made with very similar material. And despite us using more, because our product would be probably like 2 or 3 times larger than something you get from Blue Apple, a lot of the money saved in manufacturing that is also comes with the amount of material that we use per customer. And also, the potential for this product is that it doesn't only need to be used in families, but you can also scale it industrially, because the way that the filters would be made is that whereas a product like Blue Apple essentially makes something the size of a tea bag and only manufactures that size, our product is essentially the size of the cylinder that can be cut at any point. So if you want a 6-inch filter, you can do that. If you want 12, 24 inches, you can do that, and you can put that in grocery stores. And so the efficiencies that we have is in the manufacturing pipeline.
I know we only have 20 seconds left. Really quickly, can you tell me what kind of feedback and how you've gotten feedback from your users, your customers? There are existing products like this. I have one in my refrigerator right now. It's like produce extender pack, and I'm just curious as to, what did you hear from your customers?
Just the same deal where they like the product already. And I know the time's about to cut off, but basically they like the product already, but they have issues with it. And they like the idea that we are taking care of those issues while still keeping the same idea.
Thank you.
All right, good job. Fresh one. And next team up is Pharma Mail. Oh, excellent. Everyone's already doing stuff. Whenever you're ready.
I hope you're able to see my screen.
I can see it. Yeah, we can see it.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Harini Morkanda, Team Pharma Mail, here to pitch to you a very essential idea. So in 2016, $329 billion was spent on prescription drugs, and 20% of Americans exclusively purchase their prescriptions via mail order. So meet Josefina. She's one of our many interviewees. She's an independent elderly woman who takes pride in the fact that she can achieve her daily goals with as little outside assistance as possible. However, Josefina requires essential medicine that is critical to her daily routine, and without access to driving, she cannot go to the nearest pharmacy and pick it up. She also doesn't want to bother her family members to do it for her. So you see, mail-in prescription is her best choice here. But on the days when the medicines should be arriving, she's constantly checking her mailbox, worrying that the medicine will go bad in the hot weather, and is also very anxious about losing her essential medicine and money at the same time. We conducted 2 rounds of interviews, which included over 40 individuals who shared their experiences with receiving and collecting mail packages. Initially, our idea was to build a general mail notification device that was targeted to people living in apartment complexes and neighborhoods that have community mailboxes. And during our first round, one of them, who was also a senior citizen, just like Josefina, described her traumatic experience with USPS informed delivery of her immunosuppressants she takes for her liver transplant that was screwed up. She also mentioned that her medicines are extremely rare and is only available in 1 out of 15 pharmacies. So having said that, she wouldn't want to risk having her prescription spoiled inside the mailbox. So this led us to our target market, where we conducted a second set of interviews focused on elderly people that received mail order prescriptions. 1 in 5 Americans receive prescriptions in the mail. Out of 9.7 million US homeowners, 1.9 million are elderly people who receive prescriptions via mail. So what is the solution to this? We, as a team of CS nerds, have come up with an idea to develop a device that can notify you exactly when the medical package is delivered. So using a combination of sensors and custom-made OCR software, we have engineered a solution to differentiate between packages and notify individuals whenever their mailbox is accessed. Our product is designed to recognize delivery of medical packages based on the sender and the weight of the individual package, then notify the user via text. It also involves a simple form of setup. Around $1,200 is spent on prescription medicine by a person per year. So with that value in mind, with our device only costing $45, we believe we're pushing a potentially life-saving medicine for a very low and affordable cost. So do you also receive a bunch of magazines, ads, banks offering you a credit card ready to be activated? Or more so, do you already have a device that notifies you every single time one of the things I just mentioned gets delivered? Compared to other products such as USPS Informed Delivery, Mailbox Alert, MailChime Mail, and many other similar products, our FarMail has a higher accuracy because it notifies based on the weight of the mail and also verifying the sender of the package when your medical prescription is placed inside your mailbox. So what is our future? We plan to utilize the USPS mail campaign in order to have a greater reach in terms of marketing our product. We're also planning to progress our device into also being able to maintain the ideal temperature for the medical package to remain in the mailbox in extreme climates in case our user is not able to collect it then and there. So let's take back your life to being free of anxiety of losing money and life-saving medicine. Stay home, stay notified. Thank you. I am ready to accept any of your questions. There we go.
Hey, you had mentioned using the USPS as far as a marketing tactic. Are there ways that you think you could be able to target your customers a little better than that? Obviously, it's very difficult with something like medicine, which is a very private, confidential thing. And more specifically, it's not just all medicines. Like there were specific medicines you were talking about that were more like, time dependent or urgent in terms of, needing to take it right away. How do you think you can kind of find and target those specific customers that would meet that need? Because I feel like possible customers that just order like Advil online may not want to go pay the extra money for something like this, but obviously a life-threatening medicine would.
I think that our target market is basically elderly people who are, facing this problem more just because if they don't collect their medicines right away, they have a higher risk because their medicines are more rare. And since the reason that we picked USPS, mail campaign is one of the most efficient ways to market our product is because our target market consists of people who are not able to move around so easily. So I think the best way to reach them would be at their, places of living. So that's one of the reasons. But I think door to door, of course, would also be one of the ways, since we want to reach them to where they are. But also the place that we conducted our second round of interviews were at pharmacies where, elderly people are probably, at a higher frequency there. So that was also one of the causes. But I think that the question that you asked about people who receive Advil would not be, ready to invest in our product. But that's because they don't actually, the effect of the problem is not felt by them as much as the, elderly people over the age of 70 who are, facing this problem.
First of all, I applaud you for 40+ interviews, and it sounds like you did intercepts at a pharmacy. That is brave and I really, really applaud and appreciate the effort that you went to have those customer conversations. It sounds like you were trying to explore the problem. Once you came up with your solution, did you take that back to the customer? And can you tell me any more about the feedback that you got when you shared the concept with a potential customer?
That's a really good question. I think that we've recently built our product, and I think also part of what involves in the future is we are trying to sell we're trying to have a phase one of selling the product, and also recognize more pain points from the customers, from feedback and reviews after using our product, and also explore on how we can improve on that. But we, as of currently, we have not really told the solution to the customers and asked them for that kind of feedback. So.
Yeah, that was a great presentation. Thanks for sharing about the problem that you're working on. How do you think about, at least from the interviews you've done, what does the economic value proposition need to look like, or how much, what does that start to look like as far as cost to the person that's ordering the different prescriptions? Is this something that they could absorb, or who absorbs the cost for this?
We do realize that a lot of senior citizens don't have income coming directly to them, and a lot of them are dependent on the Social Security benefits and so on. But we, from the interviews that we did at the pharmacies, even though some of them were not exactly the elderly people who are using the medicines showing up at the pharmacies, it was their sons or daughters who are doing it for them, and they seem like they would be more than willing to solve this problem with the delivery issues, so that they don't have to be reaching out to the pharmacies again in the to purchase it again. So I think that even though the senior citizens themselves are not able to afford the product right away, their sons or daughters or anybody closely related to them or who care about them would be willing to. And since our product only costs $45 and it's a one-time purchase, I don't think that it's on the very high end compared to other products in the that's our competition right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, migraine headband, you are up next. Sorry about the limited Q&A time, but sorry also about the going overtime. There's so many things.
Kelly, stop being sorry.
I can't help it. I'm never going to be sorry for being sorry.
Hello, everyone. I just want to apologize to begin with. Actually, Liana is going to be switching to the next slide because I had some troubles connecting with my computer. So I apologize for all the next I'm about to say. And yeah, so hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Veronica, and I am here to talk to you about a very serious issue. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic migraines. When I experience these migraines, my productivity is absolutely ruined, and all I want to do is get a massage and an ice pad. But sadly, this isn't always possible, and it's intimidating to think that I will be joining the workforce soon. And this might experience my, I'm so sorry. And might experience setbacks for my migraines. Like me, there are women who are having the same issue. In fact, women are 3 times as likely than men to suffer from migraines. Based on our research, 85% of chronic migraine sufferers are women. 157 million workdays are lost each year due to migraines, and $36 billion are spent on lost productivity and healthcare costs each year. The problem that our customers are facing is not having a better or discreet alternative ways to alleviate their migraines. This is why I created SensiBand. Our mission is to create better alternative solutions to combat migraines. And our vision is to empower women to become more productive and take control of their lives. Now let's talk about value. Next. Liana, can you go there? Perfect. So SensiBand is a headband that provides comfort for your migraines. As you can see in the pictures, this is a double band headband. The back band will give you a massage across your head, and the front band would be able to come down and give you a massage on your temples and a cooling effect across your forehead. Now, the reason why we created this design and functionality was due to the results that we obtained from conducting 15 customer interviews. 10 out of the 15 people mentioned that during their migraines, they like to put pressure on their heads and use ice pack on their forehead. Now, SensiBand provides value because it is fast-acting, discreet, and fashionable. SensiBand will provide women with the power to confidently and discreetly manage their migraines. Additionally, there will be an app that collects data to provide users with insight. Next. So you might be wondering how this compares to the market. Our competitors, both direct and indirect, offer solutions that are expensive, inconvenient, unfashionable, and invasive. As you can see on the right-hand side, the solutions range from home remedies to more advanced devices that use electrodes, but all of these solutions are different from ours. Next. Our target market consists of working women who are between the ages of 20 and 45 and suffer from migraines. On the left side, you can see the size of this market is 11 million women. And that was used through the top-down strategy. Next. This is the breakdown of our pricing. We estimate that the market will be willing to pay a price of $100. We believe that we can capture 10% of the market, which will allow us to target 1.1 million potential customers. On the right-hand side, you can see our projected revenues, and we will meet these revenues through our marketing strategy. Next. For our marketing strategy, we will affiliate with social media pages and podcasts that are targeted towards women with migraines. Additionally, we will use Google AdWords, Amazon, and our website and app to directly market to our customers. Next. This is our projected timeline to market. Our first milestone will consist of recruiting our advisors and team members with the hopes of growing our team in the future and creating US jobs. The first year, we will spend on the time on the design, research, and testing of the prototype, with the goal of launching the product in February of 2022. Next. Lastly, for our growth strategy, we will include additional features to our product and seek appropriate approvals, as well as expanding into additional markets that will include children and men.
Time.
Next. Not only do we have a great product, but we have a great founder who is passionate and dedicated to bringing Sesteband to market, to empower women to gain control of their migraines. Thank you.
All right, about 3:40 left for questions.
Thanks, Veronica. That was really great. During your conversations with your customers, did you learn anything about what kind of validation they would want to see for the product? What would they need to see to believe that it works and that would, in order to motivate their purchase?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. When you were talking to your customers, what did they tell you about what kind of evidence or validation they would need to see that the product works, right? It's one of those questions of, how do I know this is going to work, and what are they going to want to see?
Yeah, a lot of them actually told me that they would love to try it on if I was to develop a prototype. And then depending on the results from that tryout, that they would be willing to pay for it. So it would just have to be with like the development of the prototype and doing a lot of customer validation through that and really getting feedback to be able to develop that. Great question. Thank you.
Hey, Veronica, great presentation. And I'm sorry that this has been a pain for you. Tell me, like within any of the research or discovery work, is this something where in order to make any claims, you'd have to get regulatory approval? I don't know if it's like a class 3 or a class 2 device, but in order to make some of those claims around what you're able to do around migraines or just general benefits to someone's health?
Yeah, so it depends on how you target it. So if you go and mention it or more of a massage headband, it would be a type 1 in the FDA approval. But if you do more of like the electrode side of it, where, you know, our competitors are doing electrodes and doing things that involve a little bit more complex features, then that would be more of getting approval for the type 2 or even type 3. So it would just depend on that, on the positioning and really knowing what keywords you can and cannot say, which I will research and make sure that we are good on that sense. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, and just one more follow. When you kind of have a pretty big band of customers, can you talk a little bit more about how you think about who the customer is? I think you use like 25 to 40, females. It seems like could be anyone. Like, can you talk a little bit more about what you learned about who are those people? How do they speak to when, especially you start talking about your marketing campaign? How do you think about it?
So definitely. So our target market is really going to be the working professional women. And that is because you want something that's discreet. At home, you can put on your big massager on your neck and really, help you with the massaging aspect of it. But at work, when you're suffering from a migraine, you don't want to step out and go get an ice pack when you're in the middle of a conference. So you want to be able to just click on the button, and then it'll massage your head without any big noises or any being too obvious in front of your coworkers and everybody else that's around you. And then also because it's discreet and because it's wearable, they're able to use that, on the run. And that's something that's really convenient because you can't always just stop, if you're driving to work, you can always grab a ice pack and put it in your head because you're having to drive. So having that as a wearable is really convenient for these working women who are on the go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We have our last team of the night, which is, what's the name of it again? Fix It app.
Touch Fix.
Touch Fix, that's exactly, I'm sorry. Whenever you guys are ready, feel free to get started.
Good evening. Thank you guys for your time tonight. So homeowners are all too aware of issues caused by normal wear and tear on home appliances, as well as emergency pop-up issues. Most times, these issues need addressing sooner rather than later, but then a few questions arise. Who should I choose? How long will it take? What will the customer service experience be like? I'm JC Isaacs, CEO and co-founder, and on behalf of my team that includes 4 additional Bauer School of Business graduate students, I'm proud to introduce you to TouchFix, professional home repair at your fingertips. TouchFix is an app-based solution that provides homeowners the ability to quickly fix home appliance issues with the help of a virtual service professional, or the ability to quickly schedule someone to come out within 2 hours, guaranteed. The stress and frustration of long wait times to address these service issues is alleviated by the 24-hour service provided by TouchFix. Users will enter the app and will arrive on the homepage that will house My Profile, the option to select a troubleshoot, ability to schedule a service, or chat with other homeowners on the app. Once they enter My Profile, they will be able to see all of their personal information, as well as the option to allow notifications, select their payment method, and agree to the terms and conditions. Next, they can enter the troubleshoot window and can choose between a video chat, text chat, or phone call. Once the method is chosen, they can then select to speak to a representative now or schedule a time that better fits their schedule later. If the user would rather schedule a service, they're able to do so here. They can let us know a bit about the problem, include a photo of the appliance experiencing the issue, provide their preferred date and times for the service, as well as let us know how we should confirm their chosen time. Users are also able to chat with other homeowners that are on the app through a social media type feed. Here, they can provide feedback on their past services, troubleshoots, and ask questions about specific home repairs. Users will also be able to quickly view their upcoming services and troubleshoots, if any, here. They can also navigate to our frequently asked questions tab for quick answers should they have any. The user will be able to see their payments and past services through this tab. Here, they can view specifics about their services and payments and even provide ratings to help us better our customer service in the future. The user will also be able to see the subscription options and can change or cancel at any time here. TouchFix also provides a few basic home tutorial videos for the users housed within the app. Lastly, users can see how they can get in touch with us via phone, email, or social media through this tab. The app will enter the market and will primarily serve the Houston area with the goal of being nationwide within 3 to 5 years. The TouchFix customers will be millennial homeowners. Our market research indicated that these customers highly value immediate repair and excellent customer service when their homes are concerned. Our surveys also indicated that customers are much more likely to self-troubleshoot prior to scheduling a service, making TouchFix the perfect solution for them. If their TouchFix representative is unable to remedy the issue with their troubleshoot, the representative can quickly schedule the service for the customer. In order to get TouchFix off the ground, we will need $150,000 in the form of a loan to be paid back with 10% interest in 24 months. This funding will go towards startup costs and capital expenditures. With just one touch, we can fix all of your home repair needs. So, who's ready to join the TouchFix team today?
All right. You're under time, so you have 4 minutes left for questions. Judges, whenever you're ready.
JC, thank you so much. Great presentation. I appreciate the concept. Can you tell me how this is different than something like Fixer, which is a company that does similar work that I'm invested in?
Yeah, so I'm going to let Micah, one of my other team members, handle this question.
Sorry, a moment, I had to unmute myself. One of the things that makes us different is that Fixer employs their own technicians directly. We are going to subcontract our technicians out, allowing us to be much more competitively priced.
Okay, so quick question or point on this, and I will turn the floor over to the other judges in just a second. You are focused on your customer service, right? And being able to demonstrate quality customer service. And the way you guarantee quality customer service is that you are not dependent on subcontractors who may be less reliable. Point one. And point two, Fixer also has the social impact component of the fact that they are training generally underrepresented individuals in the workforce of the trades, which can have a draw as well. So just a couple points from knowing that model very, very closely. All right,
Jamie, do you have a pen in your hands?
I do.
So what does it say on that pen?
Bravo.
Bravo. Do you know that 96% of people in the promotional product industry subcontract their work out? We can approach it from the same way. You can find value and reliable subcontractors through appropriate vetting and HR services. And I believe that our team is more than capable of doing so.
All right. I've also built houses for a year, and I know how hard finding good subcontractors are, but okay.
Well, so
I hear
Micah,
you. I think it's a great challenge to step up to the plate. I can't wait to hear more. JR.
Micah, I love the question back on the pen. So tell us a little bit, like, it sounds like you've all thought about quality. So how do you think about it from a standpoint of, you know, not just, hey, we're going to subcontract, but how do you do it to drive a consistent, excellent experience? Is that something that y'all have thought about?
So we are going to have our own team of, we are going to have a team that is going to be available 24 hours for the troubleshoot. And, you know, that's going to be that virtual aspect. And if the issue can't be fixed at that point, then the customer will be connected to a local service professional, that contractor, to fix the issue. So I think our value comes in with the 24-hour service, that the customer can, you know, if they wake up at 2 a.m. and it's 86 degrees in their house in Texas in June, they can have it fixed quickly.
Yeah. So something in a business like this, tell us about, like, then, you know, I think about marketing and I think about building out the, you know, once at least the demand side of your market, who really becomes your customer? What do they do? What do they look like? Is it a geographic model? How do you think about that?
I can field that question. So we're targeting younger age millennial generation homeowners to begin with in the Harris County area. People that are going to be on the go, on the move, and may have less experience when it comes to dealing with these sorts of appliance issues.
Okay, thank you all.
And
Hey,
I think
Micah,
to kind of add on to what
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to add on to what Micah said, I think the millennial generation, we are very much on the go, and we like to fix problems immediately. Like, we don't prefer to wait around to wait for like a repairman to come.
And on top of that, there's also the efficacy factor of immediate support and knowing that someone's there for you. You know, the social media challenge, as you may say, and to be able to have a chat technician with you immediately solves a large part of the problem.
I will let you know, old people like me like their problems fixed quickly as well.
Well, I guess I try to ask one in here. I'm wondering about, you know, getting these subcontractors. So I'm thinking, like, you know, somebody could take say like Angie's List or something where they currently find pros to do jobs for things in their house. And a lot of times the people on location, these are local pros, would probably be the same people, that skilled people who would be able to do the job that you're looking to do. And maybe the same people are trying to subcontract, but now it's with the kind of caveat of like a 24/7 response, which may be difficult. How I guess will you be able to get those, I guess, current pros that are on 24/7 call that may not currently exist today?
I don't think I fully understand the question that you're asking, but I think I can try to answer with one of the things we're targeting to do is that we're taking away the necessity of Angie's List or Yelp and going through scrolling Okay, name, call, oh, they can't come help me. Okay, name, call, okay, they can't come help me. Okay, name, call, they can't come help me. We're taking care of that for you. That's what you're paying for.
All right.
But I guess, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, it's okay. I feel like I've cut you off a couple times, so if you do have a question.
Oh, no, that's all right.
So judges, we're gonna, again, apologies for going a little over time. Zoom issues, well, just in general too, my ambitious timing. But we have a room open for you guys, and we'll let you guys deliberate, and I'll swing into that room in a second. You should be getting the invite to join it now. I'll swing by just in case you have any questions. Otherwise, to the rest of the teams, you can hang out here for a little bit, and we will announce the winners, the top 3 winners soon.
Hey, great work, everyone. Thanks
Yes.
for sharing your pitches.
Thank you.
Warning, the recording is about to be paused. Wait.
So,
Thank
all right, excellent. So we have our final top 3. I'm gonna read it off. They asked me to read it off, and first of all, I just again want to thank the judges so much and appreciate it, and all the teams. Okay, but third place, Farmamail. I think that's, I'm saying it right now, right? Third place, Farmamail. Congratulations. Second place, Migraine Headband. Congratulations. And first place, Mother Mercy. Congratulations. I wish you'd had your speaker on for that.
Woo, go Patrina.
Yeah, congratulations. That's all right. So the winners, though, I'm going to ask you guys to stick around for just a couple minutes afterwards so we can tell you a little bit more about the process for getting the award. But you guys are all so wonderful. Again, I'd encourage everyone to move forward with other opportunities to win more money in the future. And, you know, of course, keep in touch with us, and we'll send you some more information about those opportunities. But great job. Everyone did a wonderful job. Congratulations to everyone. And again, the teams that won, just stick around for a minute though.